Hello, everyone! Welcome to today's meeting of the Super Cool S Club for Saturday, September 10th. Let's see. I am currently the chair of this meeting, Scala Kitty. Let's see. We have Sheep
You
Launcher.
mean the seat?
Yes, the seat. Yes, we have Sheep Launcher.
Surely I am.
We also have Stoppable Force.
Present and accounted for.
And then newly converted to the ways of the super cool S, Sith Plagal.
Hi everybody. Being here feels sensational.
Yes. So just so you all know, we have snacks for everybody. There's some strawberry shortcake. We got some different lovely drinks. Got some sangria. So I hope all of you will enjoy. For all of you in chat who have usernames that start with S, wonderful, superb. You are all beautiful and blessed.
Smooches for all of you.
Smooches. Mwah. For everyone else, well, you picked one of the 25 uncool letters of the alphabet, but that's okay. We love you anyway. But are we all really excited for this match?
I am stoked.
I know.
For this super cool S Saturday.
Yes. And we all know who we're really, really, really hoping is going to be our Zeroma Sprite today, right?
There were so many options.
Zemus.
No! We're hoping it's Sephiroth! We all know about the super cool Sephiroth fan page, okay? Did you not all sign my guest book?
I don't know how we forgot about Perpetual S Super Cool S Club alum Sephiroth.
That's right. But anyway, I think we should probably actually go to the runners who are also members of the Super Cool S Club, Smaepdii and Saradin, and they might have a special little something for you all. So enjoy.
I hope they have something. Well, welcome to the Super Cool S Club and to the Blue Moon Waning bracket. As you can see, both Smaepdii and Saradin have gotten in on the fun with all S names for all of their characters. My name is Sheep Launcher, and I'm here with Stoppable Force, and truly stoppable. This is special.
It is truly a serendipitous day today here in the shall we say, the Sapphire Moon Waning bracket. With this contest between Smaepdii and Saradin.
Yeah, and it looks like Saradin showing us the bosses that are going to be required, including Mylon S, including the sisters, and including some sovereign royalty King Queen Evelyn.
Yep, we even have a snake getting in on the action with Ogopogo, and the slithery tentacles of Octo-mam somewhere present in this sea.
And the sallow skin of Pale Dim.
And that Sorcerer Supreme Golbez.
Yeah, and the standard Fabul Gauntlet. But do want to thank our restreamer Scala for setting up this wonderful event, and our tracker Sith Plagal for being along with us. We have a twin start with a sad Ruby. We're glad to have you along.
Yeah, it's really great to have everyone here this afternoon. It's great to be here, and we are off to the races with a pair of twins and a sad Ruby.
It really is something that the one key item that starts with S is our very first key item. If you're really desperate for a free heal, that is a way to do it. Otherwise, because no earned characters are on, you don't get anything. There you can go visit a pig in a bed.
And I mean, who hasn't wanted to visit a pig in a bed? But apparently we're going to go visit some loot in a cave.
Yeah, pigs in a blanket does sound really good right now. Unfortunately, it's not being served here. Oh, free elixir, just hanging out in the watery pass.
No, that's fine. If only we remembered that they could be sausages. See Iridia hanging out here.
Yeah, so the Super Cool S Club is an all-kids club so far, with twins and Iridia screaming out for mage strats.
Yep, some kind of daycare. Saradin just taking the summoner and the dragoon hat and leaving. Smaepdii doing a little more looting here. Going to show us what's behind that waterfall. Nothing these kids are real excited about. Maybe an archer bow.
Yeah, it's always nice to have a Cure 3 on hand, but you need more than that in order to do anything, and it's a long walk out.
Yeah, unfortunately, the problem with the All Kids Club is they're a little underpowered for the time being, and this is not going to improve matters either. As Saradin finds Prince Edward, our token adult, so far in Damsien Castle.
Yeah, it's nice to have a responsible adult, but you wish you had one with more than 60 HP for this party.
Is that what Edward is? Is he a responsible adult?
At least that's what it says on his business cards, I bet.
Prince Edward Geraldine, no, wrong Ed. Prince Edward of Damsien, responsible adult. Meanwhile, over here, Smaepdii finding Yang and Rosa. Here's some actual grown-ups for this team.
Yeah,
really nice.
But again, not much in the way of a physical force.
No, and really not much in the way of early game power outside of that Rosa maybe taking that bow. Yang, of course, not doing much right now because as Punch Mage, his greatest weapons are elemental claws that we don't have and levels that he'll have to earn.
Smaepdii did find an archer bow in that behind that waterfall, which would give Rosa a little bit of power early on.
Oh, here we go. Smaepdii finding Sylph for sale in Mysidia.
And we'll pick that up. And so Rydia will now be the second best white mage on this team.
First best one for a while. And we're going to intensify quite a bit.
Saradin checked out the waterfall and found Wyvern there. It's really nice to not have to worry about seeing Wyvern anywhere else in the seed, and Saradin says you can blarg there all you want. I'm not going to be a part of it.
Yeah, really nice for runners to know that they don't have to automatically drop into Wyvern Standard Time Battle Speed 6 because of a Sparkle. They can just react normally, and that one being out of the pool and in a different pool. Not bad. Saradin, of course, showing us the S featured in the Antlion Cave in the Save Room.
And a nice Thunderclaw for that Yang that he does not have yet.
Yeah, that'll be nice. Start the collection of claws for the Punch Mage. Pick up an illusion, always handy while none of these characters have blink yet. Run into something punchy before they pick it up. Somebody's staying alive.
Smaepdii tells Edward to get lost.
Smart. And Saradin finds our Sovereign. Nope. A different Sovereign. That would be Asura.
Yes, not the Sovereign that is required. Ashura, not bad in this spot. Gonna be annoying though.
Yeah, the luckily not super punchy, but still curing. Still has the cures. I imagine Saradin will probably try to life lock her, or just rely on Twin Magic.
Yeah, Twin Magic will do a lot of work here. Of course, if you get Ashura locked on her Gray Face, she'll just do life ones and not the annoying curative spells. And this spot is slow enough that a life lock is very doable, even with this party.
Yeah, and luckily not super punchy there, as we saw for her swinging on Edward for, what, 10 damage? 9 damage? Yeah, this is sometimes Asura's retaliation can be just as bad as the heals, but not today. Although getting off those Cure 3s instead and setting back most of Saradin's efforts.
Yeah, and that was a Cure 4 Ashura back at full health.
Oof. Smaepdii hitting up Mount Ordeals here, finding Tella, debating who gets to get replaced with an old man.
And so Tella opens up a wildly efficient grind, if you want to, because Palom and Rydia and Porum would massively benefit from a slingshot. The only problem is, all of these characters you want to slingshot, you need to have some characters who actually have levels.
Yeah, Smaepdii probably wishing for a 6th slot right now, but instead just sending Porum home to keep Tella for the time being. Opts out of doing the rest of Mount Ordeals. Probably fine. Little underleveled at the moment.
Yeah, an early Ordeals play certainly doable with the right party. This is not the right party.
Oh, this is a party. Oh, Saradin finally knocking Asura down through the power of friendship and twin magic, and picking up some early XP. I believe I saw 7 levels there on that Rydia. And we'll see what the reward is. We know it can't be a sad ruby.
Yeah, Rydia is still small, but no longer as small. Gets a pink tail, a really interesting item early because we know we have to get the hook somewhere in the overworld.
Yeah, we know we'll be turning that in at some point for some kind of extremely, or at least mostly lucrative reward. Not exactly progress like the rat tail, but you're never sad to see the pink tail.
Yeah, the only problem is a lot of the great tier 7 items that could be available for the pink tail turn-in, not really applicable to this party.
No.
No, Hanzo Steel, not helpful. A good cane weapon, not helpful. Probably the best thing for this party would be a nice arty bow for that Rosa.
Yeah, that would be really nice to trick out your archer. And if you can find that hook early and you can get it before, obviously you get it before you head underground, that could be a nice little boost to help get through the hook route, since that's where everybody's going.
Saradin finding another lunar sparkle on Mount Hobbs, and that is D-Lunars. We're running out of sparkles really fast, and now there's a 2/3 chance that the next sparkle is a required boss.
Yep, you're down to the Pale Dim, the Ogopogo, and Plague. Plague being the only one you're sad to see at this point.
Smaepdii picked up a Gaia Drum, which will cleave a huge chunk of damage off that Ashura. But Ashura gets it all back.
Yeah, unfortunately. Seeing if you can use that Sylph, but not quite yet. No, not with level 1 Rydia.
And Saradin found the Evil Wall in the Mist Cave, and that since that Evil Wall can be sidestepped, a lot of really annoying bosses in places that are not required. This is surprisingly generous so far.
And Saradin even turning up the hook from Edward in bed in Troya. So the hook not even hard to find today. Just now you have to be ready to take whatever's down on the hook route. And again, not the party for that yet.
No, definitely not. You would certainly expect all of the overworld checks to be done. Although, with that hook, the Pinktail turn-in is now available right away.
Yeah, Saradin picking up another Thunderclaw. Smaepdii, I think, opting out of that Asura fight after kind of going nowhere and just going to see if maybe the somebody who's hanging out in the Tower of Wishes can help him a little bit. He's bringing back that Pora. Sorry.
Yeah. Wants twin magic.
Yeah, smart. Twin magic makes the overworld just go by so much faster. It runs out late game, but by then the twins are coming into their own power anyway. So
that is the nice thing about having the characters in the Tower of Wishes is sometimes you need a change of party just to get through certain spots, and it's nice to be able to juggle your party around where you need to.
Yeah, I love to be able to love that flexibility. Here we find more power for Rydia behind the Pinktail in the form of a Bahamut orb.
And actually, that is even better than an arty bow. That Rydia will be a really valued member of this team.
Yeah, I've enjoyed seeing how many times Rydia gets to flex her might on these flag sets, and it looks like this one is not going to be any exception. And
Saradin immediately going back.
Oh, Saradin hasn't been here yet. Oh. Saradin finally picking up the responsible adults in the party. I don't know if you can count Tella.
And Saradin, I don't believe, has seen Tella yet.
Oh, not yet, no. But bidding Edward goodbye, picking up that Rosa and Yang.
Illusions for sale in Fabul. Good to keep in the back of your mind, but there are enough blade casters in this party.
Very true. I'm never sad to have a couple on hand just for the the people who go before the blink casters, so they don't die in between the taking their turn and then getting blinked. Looks like Fabul defense today is Baigan and his arms.
Yeah, it is arm day in Fabul Castle, it looks like.
He's looking a little swole. The snake man.
Smaepdii did reset out of that Ashura, by the way, and is going to leave it behind for now, so using that Gaia drum on this Baigan.
Not bad. It did not seem at first that Asura fight was going anywhere. Maybe he figures he'll come back later when he can one-shot it with a little bit of extra power. Taking on this Baigan, not a bad way to get it, although Baigan has apparently punched over Porum already.
Yeah, and that's not the way you do an arm grind.
Porum, wake up, it's still arm day. Oh, there she is. We have Rosa beating things with a silence staff, I believe.
You know, when you gotta do what you gotta do. And Saradin says sayonara to the sage.
Maybe thinking of just maybe picking him up later when his spells are online, or maybe if he needs to do that really efficient grind we were referring to earlier. But for the time being, besides he doesn't need a old man and his tiny pool of magic, and runs across an Odin in Ordeals spot 1.
So those Thor Rages that our runners get at the beginning, very useful here. But Saradin needs MP. Time to use a tent.
Yeah, whoops. If there's one weakness to mages, it's that they need MP.
And I believe this is the third arm that Smaepdii has taken down from Baigan. Really committing to that arm grind.
Yeah, they are growing back just about as fast as he can knock them over, and unfortunately not getting a lot of time to commit damage to the body in the meantime. And when he is, it's not doing a lot, so doing his best to keep people blinked so they're not getting punched out, although, oof, there goes Yang and Porum back to back. Baigan here might be a little rough just because of how fast he's going.
But the body is down, and there are still enough people up that even an explode will not deter Smaepdii at this point.
Nope. Does manage to take out the other twin just for spite, but he's through, and we get to see what the King of Fabul is hoarding today.
Baigan hates kids.
Yeah, rude. Then again, didn't the kids tell him he smelled? I vaguely remember it. Hold on.
Yeah, definitely going to be used in a negative ad about him, you would think. Baigan hates your children.
Baigan dislikes children because they told him he smells bad. King of Fabul had a tower key for us today. That'll be nice once we get underground.
Very nice.
Saradin zapping Odin down off the mountain. Probably going to go see who's in slot 2 now. I didn't even who do we got?
Not going to save. Who needs it?
Just a Ruby.
And Fabul Castle is arm day. Mount Ordeals is leg day. So our runners are going to get their full workout in early on in the seed.
One interesting thing is we are running out of. It's interesting. We're running low on overworld spots, and we've seen 0 bosses so far. So that means more and more of these required bosses are getting pushed back into spots where they're going to be powerful and potentially very obnoxious for our runners to deal with.
Yeah, and some of them you don't mind seeing in spots like that, but Golbez, Ogo, even Pale Dim at the wrong spot, they will ruin your day.
Yeah, although you're probably hoping for King and Queen Evelyn to turn up somewhere really rough.
Yes, that is the dream.
Yeah, the Sovereign's not too tricky, not too strong.
Ooh, a nice tiara.
Ooh, did not see that when Saradin looted the public armory earlier. That's really nice. And a silk web, really nice to hang on to that for later. An hourglass. Nice consumables in here too.
Rubicant fades away and will drop off the bridge on Saradin's side. A very nice fight. Saradin keeping all of his party members up.
Was leg day over already?
Yeah, we could skip it.
Just a light leg work. Just a light leg workout today. Nothing too strenuous.
And Saradin, knowing that the Wyvern is not out there, having no fear, going straight into the changing room. The spot only has 1,000 HP.
Yeah, there's not much in here that's going to threaten even this party. Like I said, any of the sparkles, you're either looking for them or they're going to be plague, and they're not going to be too. And it's Ruby. Oh wait, it's elements.
It's elements. Getting the package. So stoppable. What's that package? Is a Siren song. What's your thought on checking the package boss? It's a long check, but if you check it and your opponent does it, that gives you a leg up.
Yeah, see, I especially with as few key items and as few required bosses as we've turned up, I'm tempted to at least drop a save somewhere and maybe check it, and reset out as soon as you see it's nothing important, or take down something if it is. But like you say, it's a long check, and you don't even get a character for it anymore. So.
Yeah, you do get to see a pig get so mad that the pig ruins a piece of geography.
Yeah, a pig summoning Titan is spectacular to watch.
That should be the new, this will never happen idiom. Oh, yeah, that'll happen when pigs summon Titan.
Oh, I mean, with this party Saradin has now, it's looking a little more appealing because still not a ton of... I mean, he's gone through these checks, he's gone through Mount Ordeals, but still not a super powerful lineup. Not a lot of, no overpowered piece of equipment or two to carry them. I mean, maybe you do Baron in and then maybe the package check, and then maybe go underground.
Now, Smaepdii used a Siren to summon a couple of Liliths on Mount Ordeals. I like this play a lot. This is a party that needs EXP. This spot on Ordeals is the best place to get it in the Overworld. There are still bosses out there that can really give this team a problem on the hook route, especially. Dark Knight Cecil and Kainatsu are still out there, which would just wreck this party. So getting levels when you can really has a play by Smaepdii, I think.
Yeah, really nice. We saw those level 2 elemental spells come online for Palom, and that's just going to make this check specifically, and the next one, even faster. Saradin pulling a Leviathan out of a pot in Baron, and then going on to face a Bahamut in Baron in spot number 1.
So Saradin normally would be ecstatic to see that Leviathan, but Saradin already has Bahamut.
Yeah, as much as you love to see Leviathan, Leviathan's bigger, badder sibling. Oh, but here's a blue robe. Is this our first required boss?
It is not.
It is not.
A water hag. Not bad to see in this spot. Very slow.
Yeah, he's not going to get off any of his punches here, I would bet, before this animation even finishes out.
Yeah, and even if he did, Water Hag would one-shot any of these party members, but there's no EXP from this portion, and he get a full heal.
Yeah, at most he would punch the person who was lining up the third hit, and then you have to line up another one, and he's not going to stop that one.
Nope. I do like on Smaepdii's side that Tella is named Spite.
It's very good. Spite was my favorite one on that side. I believe I have to give a shout out to Saradin for naming his cane Sus.
Yeah.
And Adamant Rock there. Forge, a little hit or miss on this difficulty.
And just a whole bunch of not progression key items so far.
Yeah, we've got the Sad Ruby, we got the Pink Tail, like the hook, and potentially the package are the best we've seen, and the Tower Key from Full Defense. pretty much the best we've got at this point.
Saradin is going to defend Fabul, very noble of him. Smaepdii had to reset out of that Rubicon fight. We'll give it another shot.
Yeah, I believe we see a Boreas J item being used there. I'm just going to knock over Tella. It's fine. Palom bluffing up to potentially land a more powerful ice spell, while Yang does a little punching.
Yeah, Yang's helping.
Yang's here, everyone. Saradin finding big and immediately unleashing the twin magic on him.
Yes.
Followed by, I believe, I saw a Bahamut coming out, so this might not take very long.
Yeah, you know how when Riddy gets an early Leviathan, it's the car wash. Well, this is just going to be the smokehouse. Just will burn down everything in its path.
Yeah, Saradin now has the win button for the remaining Overworld spots, and it won't be too long. Although I think at this point, probably just down to hook route. If I'm doing my math right? Yes.
Yeah. Saradin did get up to Berserk on that Rosa. That's kind of a rule of thumb for when you have enough firepower to take on the hook route. In this case, there's only one person really to Berserk unless we find a spoon somewhere.
Yeah, and it's Rosa herself. I mean, I guess Yang.
Yeah.
Also, Yang is here. Well, if we can find a Thunder Week boss on the hook route, like maybe like an Octo-mam per se, that would be a nice spot to berserk that Thunderclaw wielding Yang. But unfortunately, Odin, the other good option for that. Dr. Luge, I guess, would be another.
Yeah, would certainly help with those. But yeah, Odin, the big one, where a Thunderclaw Yang will slice and dice, and that's already been taken care of.
Smaepdii already pushing through the elements as well, getting the going to be receiving their news that the Cecil, who's not in the seed, is now a paladin.
Saradin going into Castle Eblin. You would think as much for levels as it is for the loot in the trap chest.
Question from chat: what was the pigtail? Pigtail was a Bahamut orb. Blarg, but it's on our side this time.
Yes, so Rydia is now a very valuable member of this team.
Yep, Saradin finding some decent loot there before finding the monster chest. I believe it was a Ninja Hat and a Grimoire that I saw first.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, so continue looting these nice treasure chests here.
Yeah, and Saradin not going to take on the trap chest at this point.
It might be a little tricky unless you wanted to use one of the. He does have that 1 hourglass from the public treasury. Could potentially use that to make one of these easier.
And maybe Saradin just didn't want to take on the Mad Ogres who punch hard. Yeah,
that's very probable. Although Stillman and Skulls are not exactly being gentle here either. We've knocked over the Porum to this Palom, so Palom's not going to actually do anything.
Ooh, and that Rydia had a Bahamut queued, but it got knocked over before it could resolve.
Yeah, that's not a great time. Saradin bravely charging right back in though. Maybe going to try a couple changes and maybe take that again.
Bacchus wines for sale in Eblin Cave. I really hope it's strawberry flavored.
I imagine that would already be pretty good, actually.
A strawberry sangria.
Mm-hmm.
That's
we've turned this into kind of a boozy brunch run now.
Yes.
Oh,
or as our
Dolphins for sale too. Nice.
Yeah. As our tracker Sith Plagal pointing out, it's Bacchus sake maybe.
There we go. Looking like the Staleman and Skull fight going a little better. Here comes a Leviathan. Not as powerful, but it does come out quicker.
And should be plenty to take care of all of them, and it is.
Yeah, leaving Rosa on the ground, interestingly. Picking up Virus, picking up Exit, a lot of nice things in here.
And an arty bow.
Well, get back up, Rosa. You have a job.
Yep. It's time for you to shoot arrows at stuff.
You're a DPS now.
Smaepdii did check out the armor shop in Evelyn Cave. I did notice sorcerer ropes for sale there. Could be a very nice pickup, and in fact, Smaepdii went and sold a bunch of stuff so he could afford it.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I would, with this party, with the way this party is turning out, I would be very tempted to pick up at least 2.
Yep, they're expensive, but worth it. And a nice black shirt for Saradin. Has to get through the Black Cat and Lamias to secure it.
Luckily, not as many bodies swinging here. Yeah, maybe this Leviathan. Hopefully nobody gets blustered here. All right, Palom was just targeting the Lamia. So if Rydia... Nope, never mind. I was going to say if Rydia gets this Leviathan off, but cursed it, I think.
So that's the problem with this party, right? Is that there are so many cool things you could do with this party if they survive long enough. Yeah,
unfortunately, right now, the only person in this party capable of taking a hit is Yang, and they are not aiming for Yang.
No, the Black Cat's being very... they know where the threat is coming from.
Never mind, Yang also incapable of taking a punch, taking half his health there in one hit from the cats. And bad move there. Yeah, you gotta finish those cats in one hit.
Yeah, and Palom's Virus, a good spell, but doesn't have the levels to knock them out yet.
No, see, that is the point really where you needed the Rydia to get a spell off. Saradin charging right back in again, going to take out the ones he's going to have to take on the Scalemen and Skulls again. Did not save between this round of looting, I guess.
Smaepdii going to encounter the Lamia and Black Cat for himself.
Ooh. Yeah, unfortunately that Lamia not undead like the Liliths out on Liliths out on Mount Ordeals.
It's tough. You would think you could tell if somebody's undead just by looking at them. Looks can be deceiving.
Yeah, you would think. I see a lady who's half snake, and I mean, she does look a lot paler, a lot more wan than her also undead cousin. It's easy to assume, oh, this one's also undead. Sometimes game has jokes for you.
Well, Saradin will give the Stalemen and Skull soak, fitting for the Super S Club.
A superb tactic. Picks up that Artemis bow again. I believe we'll see Saradin running outside to go. Nope. Thought maybe we were going to see something else start with an S. Saving.
Well, saving Saradin believes is superfluous.
Apparently wants that life staff first. Well, to be fair, Saradin does know where all the monsters are at this point, so can easily run around and loot the rest of the chests that aren't monsters.
Yes.
Pick things up.
As long as he doesn't forget.
Even more saves. Got an Ice Claw, just expanding our Punch Mage's repertoire. Got
That's
another
a
ninja
second
hat.
black shirt.
Ooh, yeah. We're rolling in the good loot here. Eh? More silent staff. More staffs than you can shake a staff at.
Saradin will enjoy the silence, but maybe not as much as that arty bow.
Yeah, Saradin apparently deciding that there's a power staff in here too from somewhere.
And going to stick a life staff on that Rosa. Another source of resurrecting, which, you might need with this party.
This party could definitely use a lift from time to time. I did not see that Zeus gauntlet come out. That is a great pickup for your one physical DPS in this party.
Yes. Very nice.
Got a Protect Ring. Okay, the Protect Ring will definitely help keep some of these people alive here. Saradin doing a little looting of Cave Evelyn, which also has some really nice finds in it most of the time.
Yeah, and may not want to tangle with the Stalemen when he encounters them, but the juice is worth the squeeze.
Yep, Saradin also picking up some coffins. Not really seeing the need for Bacchus with two berserk capable white mages apparently. Or at least soon to be berserk capable if they're not both there yet. I thought he was going to grab some more but no, just selling off some inventory.
Smaepdii heading back to Saradin. We'll get his rock. And then it will be around Mist Village, and we'll see if that package tempts him.
Yeah, I would. The longer we go without any kind of extreme power popping up outside of an Ardivo, the more tempted I am to check that package and potentially knock out a easy boss that my opponent might have missed.
Do you think the runners who have names starting with S can like get into each other's heads more? Like the S Borg is working. You think that's possible?
Probably. They've got that serendipitous link, so they can just see what each other is, see what each other are surmising next. Anna over here extolling the virtues of fight songs. Staleman finds the Staleman chest. Poor Rose, man, she can't catch a break.
No, she cannot.
Yeah.
I can't tell if this is like chivalry on the part of enemies not wanting to hit all the kids in the party, but
I mean,
yeah,
maybe.
Rosa has really been taking it.
Yeah, unfortunately, the only thing Rosa's catching from these chests is these hands. Let's see what we got out of this chest. It's a crystal sword. Oh, and a Murasame right next to it. Oh, Cave Evelyn. You're too nice? Question mark.
So,
ooh.
Yeah, Smaepdii, I think, found that Leviathan in a pot and immediately goes back and says, "Summoner, you're coming with me."
Yep, Smaepdii did not. Now, importantly, Smaepdii did not get the pink tail out of Antlion Cave, so Smaepdii is not going to have Bahamut, but does have Leviathan. Potentially could have Sylph for 30,000 if he really wanted it. So is still going to have a Rydia who's at least online and damaging.
Did you see who the boss was?
Yes, that was Demist in the Rubicon spot today.
So, with a party that lacks DPS as much as this one does outside of the summons, Demist can be really tricky there.
Yeah, the timing is going to be tight to try and land spells on it in between its mist faces while it's also landing punches on the party. Yang will help, and that Artemis bow will help even more, but when your primary DPS is Palom and Rydia.
Yeah, and like you said, the timing is going to be the trickiest thing. That Rydia will get Bahamut off eventually, but it takes her a long time to recite the Latin or whatever she needs to do.
Oh no, it's Yang waiting for us in the King Queen Upland spot.
Ooh, this might hurt.
Yeah, and unfortunately, our party does not include Paladin Cecil today, so they're just going to have to beat him normally, and he hits like a truck here. I believe Saradin realizing now he probably should have used a tent because his casters are out of MP.
Well, and Porum whiffed on a life 1.
How often do you see that?
Porum doing her best Tella impression.
I mean, I have seen her whiff a berserk twice in a row, but I think she had a heroin robe on at the time. But...
yeah, just bad luck there for Saradin, going to refit and take on this Yang again.
Yeah, our tracker and new super cool S Club initiate Sith Plagal noting in chat, we've now seen 13 bosses and none of them have been an objective.
Where are they all hiding?
There aren't that many spots underground, so I think the moon can't be haunted today.
Well, we are waiting for this seed to take an S turn.
Oh man, it's taking an S turn for Saradin right now. Oof.
Yeah, as Saradin's party just getting smothered.
Yeah, this is rough right here.
Not a fun hook route with this party.
No.
And we said there were a couple of enemies potentially here that could give the party a rough time. Karate Man here with the kick does a lot of physical damage all at once, and then each individual shot will one-shot any member of this party.
Oof. I think I just saw quad-digit damage on that Rosa.
Yeah, even a Protect Ring won't help her in the front row.
No, this is one of the bosses that I never want to see here. It's this and Dark Knight's Cecil. I'm terrified of running to them in this spot.
And Saradin going to figure something out. Might want to examine chests for the Mad Ogres to get some more levels.
Which is exactly what Smaepdii is doing, although I believe those were the Mad Ogres over in Castle Evelyn still.
They were.
Just an Excalibur, more holy swords lying around.
And you can't even sell it.
We don't have an edge today, we can't dart it.
Smaepdii, trash the Excal. Assert dominance over the seed.
Yes, put the crystal sword in the trash once you find it. Alright, we're gonna find these Mad Ogres here. We're gonna get a little infusion of XP and see if this helps us live. These Mad Ogres, also mages. I don't believe we found any Charm Arrows or Mute Knives yet, or Charm Claws, but they only know one spell anyway, and it's Punch, so...
Yeah, going to stop the one in the back, going to slow the rest down, try to buy Rydia enough time to summon the big angry dragon, which she gets.
And there we go, actually doing damage to them, unlike most spells.
And gets almost 10,000 EXP.
Really nice. Does get the Quake Kid to Quake. Not super helpful against Yang, nor is that Crystal Shield. But every little bit of XP means more health. Maybe more health means staying alive long enough to do something to Yang.
Yeah, that's the goal, I think, is to get the back row people up to enough to withstand a punch and a kick.
Yeah, good luck. Smaepdii taking out the Stillman and Skulls, finding the Artemis bow, immediately slapping... I thought he was going to slap the Artemis bow onto Rosa, but Rosa's still rocking a power staff and a Sork robe, it looks like.
Well, it looks like, as is fitting for the super cool S Club, that we have another Skalakitty special.
Yes, Skalakitty has rolled us a steaming seed of pure garbage. If that's what you came to see, congratulations. We're kidding, Scala. This is extremely entertaining, although I cannot imagine our runners are having the most fun time in the world. Smaepdii has not run into the Karate Man yet, but...
No, but we'll soon experience the slop of this seed for himself. And once again, the front row folks on Saradin's side go down quickly.
Oh, one virus. I don't think that's gonna do it, no matter how hard it hits. Bahamut! Come on, Bahamut.
Bahamut will blarg. Will it do enough?
It will. Go save Saradin.
Yes, the safest of all safety saves. The most necessary safety save.
Oh man, the save.
This is super cool S, but it is... You want save over swag, I think.
Yeah, save the swag for later when we swag walk down the lunar subterranean. There we go.
Saradin on his fourth time of asking gets through that yawn.
There we go. So Saradin will be getting ready to go confront the D-Mist, the S-Mist.
Yep.
Not sure where Smaepdii goes. Smaepdii going shopping in Silvera, apparently.
That's good. You can find some deals there.
Yeah, nothing
You see
interesting.
a Gaia robe,
show.
but not
Yeah.
interested.
No, it's no Gaia hat. Cure 3's lives. So nothing I don't think we don't have access to already.
And the nice thing about D-Mist here is that it does give you time to recover, get blinks up, because D-Mist here will hit hard. The downside of it, well, your snake is going to be a little slippery.
Well, that's what you get when your snake is literally made of fog. Yeah, D-Mist being nice and giving our party a chance to catch up here. We got blinks up on at least Rosa and Pelham. Thought I saw Berserk go out. That might be a little risky with the damage this party isn't putting out yet.
Yeah, I did kind of downplay the Leviathan that was for free in Barren Town, but Saradin has been making really good use of it.
Yeah, sometimes the difference in speed is worth the difference in power. Saradin really showing us that here. Smaepdii doing more shopping. Not sure what he's looking for specifically here on the Overworld. Maybe anything?
Yeah, maybe Smaepdii is looking for like a hook route win button.
Is there a button here that says that I succeed? I believe I saw maybe you're just looking for camping gear too. I do not know if Smaepdii picked up where the tents were available yet. So I'm going to check Mist Cave as well and see the evil wall that he does not need to deal with.
No, that wall is entirely skippable.
That's another one that you don't like seeing in the King Queen Evelyn spot sometimes.
Yeah, but in case you joined us late, the bosses in the not required at all locations are three of the toughest bosses, so our runner's really glad to see them not on the moon. A Wyvern, Evil Wall, and D-Lunars all not required at all. But we haven't seen any of the required bosses anywhere.
Nope, we're now, let's see, I believe we were at 13 bosses before we got here, so, and hadn't seen a single objective yet, and that has not changed with Karate Man and D-Mist on the hook route.
Yeah, both runners do have a package. Neither of them have checked the package bots.
Considering where he was hovering around, I kind of thought Smaepdii was going to, and it does look like he's exhausting the rest of his overworld checks, so maybe we'll get a cheeky package check out of him. Sees the sparkle, gets hopeful. Nope, just Wyvern. Sorry, Smaepdii.
Saradin making his way through that D-Mist and seems to be on a good track here.
Yeah, has his party all blinked up, so these swings from D-Mist aren't going to take anybody out this time. Hopefully we can keep his damage dealers online long enough to deal with it in between here. Smaepdii making his way down to Antlion Cave to take out that Asura that was just wasting his time earlier. Now he's not fooling around.
Yeah, this Asura should be much more doable at these levels.
Oh, definitely. And if he goes ahead and turns in that pink tail, he'll be rewarded with that Bahamut for his Rydia as well.
But once again, not healing up before taking on the enemies backfires on him a little bit, as Rydia has nothing to cast with.
Yeah, everybody having a pass all runners running low on MP today. That's okay. We've got a virus here, and that's enough.
Yep. One thing Ashura is allergic to is germs, and that one-shots her.
Well, you know, she lives cloistered in an underground town away from these strange diseases that they have up here in the overworld of the Blue Planet.
Yeah.
She's just not used to our viruses.
Yeah, well, She should get a flu shot.
Agreed. All right, Smaepdii picking up his pigtail. I have to imagine who would turn it in right now.
Yeah, Smaepdii, I would think would want all the help he can get. Pinktail is an item that would probably help him.
Or
You would
maybe
think.
not. To say because I would be turning it in because the longer you go through this route, the more you realize, oh no, this is my party.
Yeah, he doesn't know what's on the hook route yet.
Oh, but he's going to.
It's going to be fun to find out.
D-Mist over here chewing through these blinks on Saradin's side, taking a hit or two every time it comes out, and they're appreciable ones. We got Quakes, we got Rosa and Yang chipping in with physical DPS when they can. But I think his Rydia may actually be out of MP again.
Yeah, and Rydia was really wasted one of her big summons on a misted D-Mist.
Ooh, you need to see it.
Yeah, you gotta with how much MP Rydia has, each cast is valuable as gold.
Yep, giving Palom the elixir there, so he really can continue to carry. That Artemis Post still sitting in the inventory, perhaps thinking that having Rosa and Porum as double healers is more valuable right now than having Rosa as an archer. Hasn't really found any accompanying arrows, so may have a good point there.
Right.
That may be something I haven't checked. I don't know if they have any arrows at all.
I think the best arrows I've seen are like Medusa arrows, which are not great at all.
Those power 1 arrows. I mean, they can let you cheese a boss here and there, but this isn't one of them.
Nope. And this is a long fight, and the nice thing about the long fight like this is you know your opponent probably doesn't have a quick way through this fight either.
No, because you know they had to go this way, especially when, as both Smaepdii and Saradin have done, you've checked everything on the overworld that's not the package on SOT 1. You know that your opponent is also having to do this.
With this party.
Yes, with this party. or one like it. I don't think anyone thinks their opponent is keeping Edward, unless they stumbled across a spoon somewhere, but... The other nice thing about this long fight is it gives us a time to shout out our runners who are doing a marvelous job slogging through this seed that Scala serendipitously produced for them. As well as our behind-the-scenes crew, Scala Kitty doing the rolling, the restreaming, the wonderful skit at the top of the show, and Sith Plagal, newest cool S member, doing the tracking, pushing the buttons, although hasn't had to touch those boss buttons yet, so maybe when we get underground. And of course, a supportive shout out to my co-commentator here in the booth, Sheep Launcher. It's a pleasure to be on here with you this afternoon.
And of course, the secretary of the Super Cool S Club, Stoppable Force, one of the best in the business. Simply splendid.
It's true, I sprawl minutes like no one's business.
And so, Smaepdii getting the bad news about the Karate Man did turn down his battle speed to 3.
Not a bad idea. Doesn't have quite the lightning speed Yang going on that way. Did get Leviathan off, but did not get the virus off. Saradin did that 1-2 combo that should knock over the Karate Man here.
And I think the D in D-Miss stands for the longest fight of this game.
It's deep well of hit points.
Yeah, and Saradin is through. A well-done fight. It requires intense concentration to keep the blinks up. There's not much margin for errors. Saradin did a superb job there. GG's to him.
Yeah, excellent job, Saradin, getting underground at almost exactly the 50-minute mark. Now has some new checks open up underground. So let me ask you, Sheep Launcher, with this party and the current status they're in, where do you go first with your new spate of destinations?
Well, definitely worth a check of the boss on top of tower. I'm always tempted to dive right back up the tower. Those are orbs at the top of tower. That might dissuade me from that tower check immediately. Definitely would want to do some shopping, maybe set up the Sheila 1 check, but I think Dwarf Castle would be my first stop under here.
Yeah, those orbs, not a machine and not flying, so the Artie Bow and the Thunderclaw that we have aren't really going to help us. We'd have to slog through those orbs. We do have the tower key in hand, so maybe worth a half tower check?
Ooh, that would be spicy.
Maybe leave a save outside first, though, because it's just as likely to be nothing at this point. Actually, no, it's not, because we've run through like 15 spots and there's no bosses.
I'm starting to think that the bosses will just never show up. They just
we mistakenly rolled one where all the important bosses are just gone. Saradin now underground with those with that Siren he's been hanging on to immediately pops it for an egg. This is a real nice heads up play. Gonna get a nice little infusion of XP here.
Yeah, definitely. And Smaepdii did make it through that Karate Man, now on to his D-Mist.
Yeah, and perhaps just as importantly, Saradin in doing this gets warp. And for these flags, I believe the warp glitch is on, that's correct?
It sure is.
Yep, and you want that before you do Dwarf Castle.
And immediately going to head over there.
For anybody not familiar with the warp glitch, due to fun coding and space-saving constraints, the crystal room in Luca Cave and in Dwarf Castle is the same one. So after you fight the bosses at Dwarf Castle, you can cast warp, and you'll end up back in the Luca Cave crystal room, able to loot the key item there, and then walk back out without fighting the boss, because you'll just be back in Dwarf Castle.
And Saradin, of course, being a member of the Super Cool S Club, takes his eggs scrambled.
Absolutely. Or maybe sunny side up.
Nah, maybe.
Certainly
There's
not.
a boss! We have a boss!
Hey, we found one!
The tentacles doing a samba in the crystal room behind the throne shows us it's Octo-mam.
Oh man, very exciting. Like, well, I hope you're ready to push a button, because Saradin found the required boss.
Yeah, hope you didn't forget how to do it.
53 minutes in before they run into an objective. That's some...
So, this spot a little bit punchy, but Octo-mam here will be able to be slowed down and doesn't do any magic attacks, which is what you really need to look out for in this spot.
Yeah, and luckily peppering them with attacks just to... Like, they don't even have to do much damage at first. You just really want to get Octo-mam's speed down so it stops slugging away at the front of your party. Well, Bahamut's one way to do it.
Yeah, the best speed for Octo-mam is no speed at all because it's dead.
All right, and at 54 minutes into the seed, Saradin takes out our first objective lit up.
A Scarlet Kitty special.
And a second one right behind them.
You know, it's like the bus. You don't see one for an hour and then two show up one right after the other.
Probably not where you necessarily want to see King and Queen Evelyn. You really want to, at this point, you want them on the moon or in the Fey March or something, but maybe on the other hand, Saradin's just glad to see some bosses that are required go down.
Yeah, this spot only has 3,000 HP. Its magic power is nothing. Really a waste of a spot on King Queen Evelyn, but it does get you one step closer to that crystal.
Yep, you can just take a little break here, as they will eventually expire on their own, or you can let Palom throw out that quake that I see he's got lined up.
Yeah, that'll be the quickest way through it. You could wait for them to become conscious, but we don't have time for self-reflection around here. We gotta go.
No thinking, fall over.
We had enough time to think during that D-Mist fight.
Yeah, which Smaepdii is also doing. We see Smaepdii is blinked up, feeding ethers to that Rydia. I assume leaning a little more heavily on the Quake the Leviathan than on Quake. Still doing his best to slog through these HP.
and Saradin all set up for the warp glitch. We'll have 2 more key items quickly approaching.
Dwarf Castle extremely lucrative today, it turns out.
Yeah, Dwarf Castle absolutely required. Cannot fade it.
Here we go. We get the warp glitch. First, we got to move our spells around. Smart.
Yeah, get the Quake up to the top because that's what that kid does. Oh, what a Dwarf Castle Earth Crystal.
You'll love to see it. That's 2 more boss checks. That is a potential armory check for some more powerful items to round out this party. And Luca having something hanging around her neck today. It's the Luca key, where it should be.
Yes, that is vanilla.
Yeah, now our runners only really needed to check that if they think there's a boss down there. Because, of course, we stole that item right out from under their nose.
Right. But, yeah, not... so let's see. Darkness Crystal still outstanding. Twin Harp and Baron Key still outstanding. So, there are 9 boss spots that are not available to our runners yet.
Well, I'm sure it won't take long before they locate some more of these items, because we'll probably see a check of the Fey March freebie next and see if any of our bosses are potentially lurking in the Fey March today.
Yeah, it would be nice to see one or both of them holding court. They would be difficult. Some of them would be difficult at this spot, but it would be nice to have that knowledge. And Smaepdii is through, gonna get underground, sub an hour, which is really saying something with this seed. Yep. Ninja shirt hype.
Oh man, see, maybe we can find Golbez at Osram. We can just let him handle himself. I think it's what our runners deserve after having to go through Demas and Ruby with this party. Finding
Steve has 4
Sirens.
jokes.
He does lots of jokes.
The Fey March freebie was an assassin dagger.
Oh, seed. But the Fey March shop turned up Sirens. Real nice here when you need to get some mages online. And Saradin, I believe both are runners. Saradin soon if he goes and gets that Earth Crystal and Luca key. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 out of 10 key items. Could potentially be time to do a grind soon.
Yeah, 8 is a really awkward number of key items because you don't know if you want to hang on to those or get your grind going now and just burn through the rest of the seed. That is a gross Fey March that our runners will not be visiting anytime soon.
No, Dark Elf and Mom Bomb.
Yeah, that is certainly not succulent.
No, not at all. I don't have an S word that means repulsive, but that's what that is. No, I believe Saradin now heading up. I think we're probably going to see that tower key check now.
Yes, definitely a tower key check. That CPU at the top, Saradin might be inclined to just leave that behind. Will take a long time, lots of HP at that spot, but does have a Bahamut cast. 2 Bahamut casts might be enough to do it.
Might be, and you can pick people back up after the globe netting if you need to. Sickening, thank you, Scala Kitty. That is definitely what that Fey March is.
Yeah. It is nice to actually have people who are good with words on the restream team.
Speaking of people who are good with words, here's Golbez hanging out in the tower.
So that tower key, absolutely worth turning in. The tower play, the correct one. Golbez going to make the Super Cannon room his personal comedy's hotspot.
Unfortunately, we didn't get the Venom off in time to paralyze our party, or to prevent our party from being paralyzed. So we're just gonna let Shadow have a snack here.
Yeah,
Shadow heard about the strawberry shortcakes and sangria and decided to show up.
Yes. Shadow wants S snacks just like everybody in the Super Cool S Club does. And getting 3 of those S snacks before deciding that Shadow is satiated.
Oof, snacks on Sweet Swollen Summon, leaving only Smug and Serene left to deal with silly Golbez.
So the magic power at this spot, not trivial.
Surprisingly, but, well, I mean, maybe.
I thought it was at least something, but no. Not.
No. It appears
no
it
Starveil
is
required.
nothing.
And speaking of sickening, Golbez is virused and asks the question.
Why? Because you were here. Goodbye.
Yeah, because you're threatening to use the cannon against the dwarven tanks. That's why.
Yeah, all those dwarven tanks out there.
Yeah.
We had to throw Sid off of a ship. Alright, Saradin knocking over Golbez. Oh, maybe Saradin making a trip upstairs for the orbs after all. Going to see if they've got a key item that can help him out up here. We are still missing a few that lock bosses behind them. The harp, the bearing key. Maybe there's something up here after all.
Darkness Crystal is the big one, of course.
Of course, since that's apparently where most of our bosses are hiding.
Yeah, well, they heard about the Sapphire Moon, and that's where they wanted to be.
They did. It's just a super cool moon. A super cool satellite. Dang it, I missed the opportunity. Although we do still have the potential to have a multitude of them hiding on Earth. We've got at least 2 spots in Barren Castle that we don't know about. Mm-hmm. We don't know... I think we've got the underground taken care of, but we still have the harp.
That's right. The underground taken care of, except for the Luca key.
That's true. We may have robbed the treasury, but we didn't actually take out the boss.
And just as a reminder, the first boss in Baron was Valvalis.
Yes, Valvalis in the starting spot. And yes, thank you for reminding me, chat. Zot and Package still unchecked, so 3 more checks.
Yeah. Saradin has access to them, and Smaepdii will shortly.
Yep, Smaepdii opting to let King and Queen Evelyn come to consciousness, and Tella become unconsciousness.
Yeah, Smaepdii opting to play the role of counselor, and allowing the patients to come to the realization themselves, instead of being forced to with a quake.
Alright, and there is a Bahamut. There's a nice punch from Yang. I don't think we're gonna get out of the Globe 199 on this. But it missed?
Magic attack up here, not great, and Globe 199 misses.
I do not think I've ever seen that. I did not know it could miss.
Serendipity really is the only word that applies there.
That is amazing. Smaepdii taking the warp glitch check, getting the Earth Crystal, opening out more checks for him, and Saradin finding the Twin Orb behind the orb. So looking more and more like maybe it's time to go back up top and see what we got up there.
Yeah, can set up the Sheila 1 check before you go, but yeah, it looks like the surface of the blue planet is going to be the next stop for Saradin. We'll see what the item is from the tower key turn-in. If it's a darkness crystal, that could change things very quickly.
Oh, that's true. That could really change things here, because that now opens up the moon and the Giant of Battle, as well as potentially more and a different grind with all those sirens that he picked up.
Cabins for sale in Tamra. Probably not what Smaepdii was looking for, but he'll take a few.
Another important consideration here for Saradin is that if this is a key item and not just another assassin dagger or something, Saradin will be at 10 key items, so double XP.
Yes, that will be very fortunate for him. And he doesn't have to deal with taking the Falcon above the surface of the planet.
You always love that. Well, unfortunately, just a lunar staff.
So stuck at 9 key items.
Yep. Instead, gets a stick from the moon. More sticks than you can shake a stick at. All right, going down to wake up Yang. Say, Yang, it's arm and leg day, and you missed it.
Well, you didn't miss it.
You sort of missed it.
We'll pay our respects to Yang after we had to defeat him to get down into the underground.
Yeah, we had to help Yang beat up Yang, and now Yang is downstairs napping from where we beat up Yang. Showing him the sad ruby. He's not impressed.
Yeah. Hey, I've used this sand ruby to wake up other people. Will that help? No.
Is this what you want? No.
Smaepdii seeing the Dark Elf and the Mom Bomb, and says, "Old man, wake up! We need to get out of here."
Old man, let's go. No one wants to deal with these bosses.
And so Saradin is going to check Sheila before doing any of the other key item checks. It's a really quick check. Can get potentially another key item. If this is a pan, it'd be very good trolling by Sheila.
Just a superb piece of cookware for it to hang on to, but it's just a protect ring. Saradin's still hoping for that 10th key item, and the seed is just holding out on him now.
It really is. So the difference between Saradin and Smaepdii's party right now, Smaepdii has Hela, Saradin has Porum.
Interesting. I imagine, well, Smaepdii probably hanging on that Tela because A, he's a good agility anchor once you get into the later parts of the game here, and B, he did potentially, if we found an early darkness, he would potentially open up that D machine grind. Although now that our runners are underground and laden with sirens, not really necessary.
Yeah, and Smaepdii did pick up a boatload of sirens, I believe. Bought 20 of them.
Yep, that was the one thing our runners had in common. I believe they both bought 20.
You could call it a stack of sirens. A sizable stack.
A whole slew of sirens.
That's it. Seattle slew? Anyway, looks like Saradin is heading into Cave Magnus.
Yep, soon we'll be getting the sweet strains of the song of the Twin Harp.
Will the strains be soothing? Will they be stimulating?
Will they have a hat? Wait, no, wrong question.
And so, Edward plays a really nice song here in the vanilla game to help our party out. And it is a nice song, but, there are lots of really nice songs done by Xenocat and Calamity that get randomized. So we're always excited when a harp is necessary.
Yep, and so we will take a little break here from talking and let you enjoy the smooth sounds of some music from our super talented composers.
Well, that was simply splendid. Super
Yep.
Mario RPG, Legend of the Seven Stars, and the magic defense high at that spot, but not high enough to resist a Bahamut.
Nope, Bahamut is here to say he does not care about your silly magic resist, rewarding a spoon.
So.
Yep.
And meanwhile, Smaepdii is taking his eggs, sauteed, stir-fried, soft-boiled, sunny side up, scrambled, every which way.
I
Bunch
believe
of eggs.
I believe that one was sous vide.
Yeah.
Saradin, we're gonna get a treasury check too. Do we get just community memes back to back? Nope, we're going to the
Nope.
Tarzat. Sorry, sidestepped.
Saradin saddens us.
So be it. We won't shun him though.
Yep, Saradin is through with any kind of looting, has the items he feels he requires, not going to go pet a dog. The Zot check 2 bosses that, for all intents and purposes, are opened up with the Earth Crystal. You can technically check out one of the bosses before getting the Earth Crystal, but it's a long walk for it.
Yep. And sometimes on the kind of flag sets where D-Mist is hiding an item, sometimes D-Mist likes to hang out there and hide an item from you that keeps you from going underground. But, I've never forgotten that spot for an hour before. But unfortunately, those 2 guards in the Cave Magnus, not one of our requirements. So let's see if these are. Nope, these are creepy dolls.
Yeah, creepy dolls are blocking our way. Not for long. There's a Blargo, but
Everyone defending right now.
yeah, gonna wait for that Quake kid to do Quake.
We'll just let the Quake kid Quake his way through this. We don't need Blarg for this.
We need to rename Quake Shake.
Oh, perfect. Or I was gonna say seismic, seismo.
Yes.
Seismo? We'll table that one. We'll workshop it.
Yeah. It's the scale of Richter. It's
There
off the
you go.
charts. And so those dolls will dance no more.
That wasn't even tricky. Putting kid up top so he can do it again faster.
The pig in the first spot has white ears, I believe.
Yeah, are they white or they yellow? They kind of look yellow to me.
I can't.
Yeah, I believe second pig is where our piggy lore comes into play, and I unfortunately do not have the piggy lore chart memorized.
No, neither do I. But. And so it could be a Sparkle.
Maybe this is our pale dim.
Or Ogopogo.
Oh, I forgot we're looking for him. It's been so long. It's Plague, the one we don't want.
Plague. So if we see a Sparkle, which we're running out of places to see a Sparkle, we know it's required.
From here on out, Lunar Sparkle is now actually important.
Yes. What a tease.
I mean, really, our runners have managed to find every Lunar Sparkle except the ones they need, too. This seed continues to deliver in new and unexpected ways.
Yes. Yes, it's more than standard delivery. Well, this Plague, not quick enough to give our party a ton of issues, and Saradin takes care of it quickly.
Yep, that was a Plague, and this is the cure. Saradin going to get another key item. Maybe it'll be Baron. That'd be really serendipitous, since he'll be right back at Baron.
Yeah.
Go ahead and check that throne. Potentially check the basement throne if he's feeling froggy.
That would be the dream, is to get a Baron key out of this check. But with the jokes the seed has played, I would not count on it.
No, this will probably be the pan.
It has to be some kind of progression, though, I believe. I don't think there's anything left to check.
I think so. Well, Fey March could be holding our progression.
Oh, that's true.
I hope not, but
That Fey
actually,
March.
is that true on Blue Moon?
Yes, it is true.
I was gonna say I said that, but I realized I may be thinking of red. Nope, K Main,
No.
Summon, and Moon are all on.
Yeah, all of them. That is so. Remember how gross we said that Fey March was?
Time to go unfade the Fey March.
And Saradin's like, I need some levels, and it's time for Saradin to see how he likes his eggs.
Yeah, just more Excals, oh boy. Cecil. Someone call Cecil. We left his trash all over this scene.
Yeah, a Crystal Sword, 2 Excals we found so far.
Just holy swords everywhere.
Yeah, and just as a reminder, both runners, the warp glitch is on in Blue Moon. Both runners did take advantage of the warp glitch to get the Earth Crystal from Luca Cave. So the Luca Cave, the Sealed Cave right now cannot be holding progression, although there could still be a boss lurking down there that is required.
Yeah, I would definitely probably want to at least take a peek at that before I left for the moon. But at this point, I guess I'll be heading to the Fey March and then probably from there. So really, Scala just ensuring that we're going to see the sum of this seed and every boss spot that we potentially can.
Could this be a 17 out of 17? Which doesn't really apply in these flag sets, but, you know,
Not really.
The S was too good to pass up.
Well, maybe we'll just have to see every boss spot, though. That's exciting.
Yes.
We're gonna need a new emoji if that keeps happening.
We'd love to see it, and that package is just lurking out there.
Somebody could check it at any time and potentially get another boss up. Smaepdii getting a HP ran out on a dragon from not quite killing it. You love to see it.
Yes, the stamina of the dragon was sapped by the spell.
Yeah, I did not have sufficient stamina to live through the spell. Well, Smaepdii attempting to land a airship in the ocean. I'm going to heal up for her at the ocean of lava. I'm going to heal up with the dwarves, and then probably headed for that Fey March, if I were guessing.
I don't think Smaepdii done the tower yet. That would...
Could still do the tower, correct.
Yeah. Because Smaepdii still has the Falcon.
Well, Smaepdii going to peek the Luca boss for us. Here we go.
All right.
Or at least throw this key away to get it out of his inventory. What do I need this for? Ugh.
So the Sealed Cave is a walk, but I do love this check. With how few bosses you've seen so far, it's looking increasingly likely that one of these out-of-the-way checks is going to pay off.
Yeah, the odds definitely just keep going up every time. Every time we find a boss that we don't need, these out-of-the-way spots just get more and more and more likely. Oh, Smaepdii caught by the rope of shame. Ooh, I hate that rope so much.
Yeah, why do we keep on climbing it?
Why do we even have that rope? And Saradin taking out some eggs on his side. Quake making quick work with them.
You ever hear the joke about the rope? Rope walking into a bar?
No.
So a rope walks into a bar, and the bartender says, "We don't serve ropes here. Get out of here." And picks him up and literally tosses the rope out on the street. So the rope says, well, and then the rope ties itself up a little bit, ruffles itself, so it looks like really beaten up, and then walks back into the bar. The bartender looks at him and says, "Are you one of them ropes?" And he says, "No, I'm afraid not."
Sheep launcher, everybody. Oh, we do have a boss here. We have the Sealed Cave gauntlet.
What an annoying gauntlet, and to do just after you've done your grind.
Oh man,
Going to be slow, but could be so important.
I don't even know if I've seen this one before.
I hope you like Vamp Ladies. because there are a lot of them.
I was gonna say, I've seen 2. Oh, good, a Manticore and a Screamer.
Yep, the Screamer has to appear for the super cool S Club.
Obviously, they're required to put in an appearance.
Yeah, the bosses here hit hard. They are quick, and like everything in the sealed cave is just hazardous to your health. And it's not easy to get through it all.
Actually, maybe Smaepdii happy to see a little more XP. I noticed that his Palom is at Meteo. He's very close to Nuke.
2 more Screamers, and that is a literal S.
That is a snake in the shape of an S.
Huge Naga. The name cannot hide that is the super cool S Club mascot.
Yeah, the name can't hide the S that's in her heart. Anyway, here's what surprises me most, I think, about this part right here is neither the Vamp Lady nor the Werebats are flying.
Yes, so they can be quaked. And the Vamp Lady is literally hanging from the ceiling, so maybe it's just that the quake weakens the foundation and damages the ceiling enough.
No, it could be. Oh, wait, these Werebats are flying.
Okay, well, the Werebats were able to get up off the ground, but yeah, the whatever structure the Vamp Lady was hanging on to.
Yeah, we just couldn't figure out why they are.
Gave way.
Bats? Where? Where bats?
They're right here.
Yes.
You don't
bats.
have to ask.
Yes, where? Where bat? Oh, here's our logo again. Welcome back, everybody. And a Screamer in a slightly different position than before.
And both Smaepdii and Saradin's Young's looking particularly swole at this point. Smaepdii's Young up to over 4,500 HP.
Yeah, you love to see those nice beefy Youngs because that means they picked up their best weapon, which is just levels.
Yes.
Alright, Smaepdii taking his boss kill and sneaking right out of the sealed cave.
Yeah, and now it's time for Swarp.
Alright. Apologies if there are any technical issues with Smaepdii's stream. We're just doing a quick refresh to try and figure out what happened with his sound.
Yeah, his sound was a little sketchy there, but we are getting it back under control.
Yep,
and
luckily Scala is on the case.
Yes. Our splendid restreamer Scala doing everything he can to take care of the sound.
Yep. Alrighty. So Saradin looks like setting up to go tangle with these Fey March bosses.
Yeah, Saradin realizing that he has nowhere else to go. That Mob Bomb in Ashura spot, particularly gross. Dark Elf in the Leviathan spot is not easy, but should be doable with these levels.
Yeah, Dark Elf in the Leviathan spot. The difficult part is going to be the occasional punch he throws out there. Leviathan, one of the spots in the game where the physical attack never actually comes up, so the developers just gave it a whopping 255 or max physical power. But if they can get through to Phase 2, Dark Elf Phase 2 does not have the boss bit, and they have... Both of our runners have multiple casters who know weak at this point. So you can knock him down to a single-digit hit points and then just slug him off on his way.
Yeah, but the magic power here not threatening at all. But like you said, the punches are where you really have to worry. And Dark Elf can throw out the punches, and especially the Dragon Form can.
Yeah, for now, mostly just going to annoy our runners with little spells and weak. And Piggy, unfortunately, on our extremely caster party, turns out to be problematic.
It started with a whisper, and now he's a piggy.
Oh, spectacular. Splendid. Thank you.
And nuke. Saradin's ready as up to nuke. That's good to know.
Okay. Yeah, Dark Elf, you change. You go ahead and do that.
Yeah, see if that helps.
Yeah, he had a white spell for quad 9s from Rosa. Rosa's up to white, by the way. Followed by a nuke.
And that Palom has been depigified, which is bad for memes, but good for Palom.
Yep, and there's more nukes coming in. I don't think this is going to last very long for Saradin.
No. That deep breath, though, did quite a bit of damage. Those extra levels paying off huge.
Yeah, taking out even a quarter of Yon's HP. Smaepdii going up to the Tower of Zahir, going to get the good news that there's at least one bus. No bus.
Nope.
It doesn't matter. Sorry, Smaepdii.
Yeah. Smaepdii gonna get suckered by the Siren Song of the Earth Crystal.
It's that Siren Song of that Calcabrina music. Who can resist?
Yes. Ho 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 ho. Or whatever they say.
Something like that. Mostly just they turned into Calcabrina.
And Mob Bomb has progression.
Not where I want to see it, but here we go.
Nope.
I'd say move that blink up somewhere more convenient to cast it, because here we go.
We knew having D-Lunar's Wyvern and Evil Wall out of the way early was disguising a really ugly Heart of a Seed.
Yeah, what you had to do, though, was just fight Mob Bomb and Asura for it.
And to get there, you had to get through Karate and Demist on the hook route with an all-mage party.
Yeah, Mob Bomb here, no joke. We're seeing how fast she's going and how hard she's punching.
Yeah.
And wherever we encounter her, Mob Bomb has an extra several thousand hit points to ensure that she can get to her exploding phase. Saradin doing his best to make sure it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Double nuke, double white.
And also Yogg is here. Didn't even see the transformation. Wow. Is Darkness Crystal? Darkness Crystal.
Moon time.
All right. We have found our access to the moon at 129. And there have to be a boss or two hiding up there.
Yes. Yeah, there could
Or
be
Baron.
2 bosses hiding in Baron.
Or the giant.
But yeah, the Moon and Giant have to contain at least 3 of our bosses.
Well, this will be exciting to see where they are. I love that we're this far into the seed and we still have the potential for a completely haunted moon.
And of course, I slipped trying to do math on stream. Package check is still out there. That can contain a boss.
See, it's even slipped by us. I'm sure our runners have shoved it to the back of their mind at this time.
But not slipping. Oh, a double rope of shame.
Double shame rope.
Should I tell the joke again?
No, that's the real rope of shame.
Well, not slipping in any capacity are our restreamers, Scala Kitty, taking care of the technical issues that cropped up and putting on a great show for us, as well as our tracker. We've renamed her Sith Plagal so she can be part of the Super Cool S Club, but you can find her at Darth Plagal.
It's all a disguise. Give our runners a follow as well, Sheep Launcher 2. And if you really love all these Super Cool S Club facts and honestly just want to learn more about this game, I would highly recommend checking out our Discord. Extremely friendly, large, welcoming community. And the more the merrier, especially if your name starts with an S. But even if you're not, we'll still make friends with you.
Yes, us S tier people have to let in all of the others, I guess.
We're a very generous sort. Alright, Smaepdii, having gotten through his odd checks, slightly disappointed, going to do the tower room now. Saradin, on the other hand, picking up the this first fight of the alt gauntlet. I've forgotten the words for it. The alt gauntlet here in the sealed cave.
The substitute gauntlet, you might say. And Smaepdii is doing the tower now. The downside with doing the tower after you do Zot is that the Falcon is still hanging out in that parking spot in Troya.
Oh, he's gonna have to give himself a Troya parking ticket here soon.
Yeah. I wonder when they're going to expand the parking lot there.
I mean, we already gave the runners a bridge so they can get back if they parked there. What do you want? What do you want to do? Clear cut the forest now?
Yeah, I heard it's a protected forest, so it's probably not going to be allowed anytime soon.
Yeah, you know how those Toroyan epots are. It's probably sacred ground.
So, Smaepdii and Saradin each catching up on the bosses that the other found.
Yep, Smaepdii showing off the thing that Saradin tried to do, envenoming his entire party. So the goal is hold gas, a lower priority debuff does not work. So that he'll be able to move as soon as we get through these demolishes. He'll be able to resurrect people if he wants to, or just queue up an attack to go ahead and knock the Skullbiz over.
Yeah, will not be worried about anything.
Oof, I think he was attempting to knock over the two front row instead. Now they're just hitting themselves for fun.
Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
Oh, Goldman's not even getting to finish his little comedy routine today. Bye, buddy.
Nope. Before he could even say, let's finish this, it's finished.
It's finished.
Saradin doing full viruses, not even enough to knock out the Weirbats here. Not, these levels are enough to knock down a whole bunch, but not enough to take down the monsters here in the sealed cave. No joke.
Thank you, Smaepdii, for turning off the poison wall.
Yeah, that was very kind.
Yep, Smaepdii going to go up and fight the orb as well. Going to get the herb. Unfortunately, I think that's probably going to steer him back towards sealed cave and away from that superbly sickening Fey March.
Yeah,
which he's probably hoping at this point is a Fey March.
Probably. He does have the levels to deal with it, but it's not. The bosses aren't required. They're kind of gross. He does have the levels to basically full clear the underground, though, so I wonder if that's on his mind. Like, even a Twin Harp wouldn't foist him away. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I assumed that was probably in the back of his mind when he used 20 Sirens in a row, but I guess we'll find out. Saradin warping out now. Could take the package check if he wanted to, but more than likely we'll go raise the big whale now.
Yeah, that it's just about exhausted our options here on this planet.
Yep, time to go raise the big whale that some people are petitioning to have turned into a randomized taco for some reason, and fly off to the moon.
Randomized taco.
I don't want that. I don't want a fully randomized taco. You might end up with one that's just lettuce.
Ooh, Saradin puts the save right outside of Mysidia. Going to check that package.
Yes!
Love to see it.
Love it, Saradin. If this is a required boss, that means he's only got to hunt down 2 more.
Yeah, and would be in full face check mode at that point.
Is that a fire?
Yeah, it's literal fire.
It's a fire leading fire today. Okay.
Hey, did you know that, if you set fire to a town, the town's gonna burn down?
Yeah, did you know you also enraged the local pig population?
Although fire plus pig can lead to some deliciousness.
Oh, chat pointing out that was Z. Zeromus burning the village down himself today.
Yeah.
Or Zemus, rather.
Yeah,
Not even bothering to send someone to do his dirty work.
You would think that, yeah, you would think he would kind of farm that out to an underling, but
Yeah.
no.
Like
Zemus is very hands-on.
Some kind of extremely sus dragoon would be perfect.
And that pig, being introduced to fire, gets salty, sends Titan for the seismic shock. And Saradin going to find out who is going to try and interrupt our sleep.
Alright, we picked up our sleeping pig and we're on the way. This is very exciting.
Smaepdii going to head back down the tower. We'll have a big decision to make from there.
Yep.
If he goes straight to the Fey March, he could be right back in this.
Yeah, and Fey March probably not too bad, because if he does that, he's pretty much done down here unless he finds a pan somewhere. That would be all the underground bosses wiped out, and I do like to have that completion to know, you don't ever have to come back down here.
White ears on this pig, although that's not part of the meta.
Dr. Luge.
The pig turned white when Dr. Luge appeared on screen, which is a very reasonable reaction to Dr. Luge.
Oh no, I mean, look at him. There's something frightening about Dr. Luge. He's not even a robot yet.
Something? Many somethings.
It's probably his giant robot companion.
So the package check turns into a bust. Everything we need is going to come through the moon or the giant.
I'll be very excited to see where Saradin goes first here. With his casters this powerful, I might consider just knocking out the giant first.
Smaepdii discovering he's double parked.
He goes to move his other car.
But is going to check that twin harp. Going to make the chase.
Well, bad news for him, because all he's going to get is a spoon and a non-required boss, but good news for us, because we get to listen to another round of that swelling song from Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars, which is practically an honorary member of the Cool S Club by virtue of having just enough S's.
Now, Stoppable, if you're in Saradin's shoes, where are you checking first?
I will almost always check Cave Bahamut first, just by out of instinct, and also because you don't have to go all the way down to check it. You can just leave yourself a save outside and pop over and peek that boss. If it's nothing you need, you're gone at this point. After that, I'll probably start top down, honestly.
I would be tempted.
I don't know if it's the right move, but I know it's what I would do.
I would be tempted, in Saradin's shoes, to do the giant first with these levels. Kind of.
Yeah, he's very powerful. He could do the giant, although there's still the potential for elements to be a big slog, considering what's left in the boss pool. That's just Antlion vacationing on the moon.
Yeah, Antlion in its natural habitat.
The moon. I mean, you've seen those eyes. Did you think that thing was some kind of earthly bug? No.
Seriously. What do you, if you were really spending all your time in a cave, what would you need eyes that big for? Doesn't make sense.
Exactly. He needs it so that he can see in the starlight up here in space on the moon. All right, Saradin heading right on into the lunar subterranean. Gonna head on down. I do admit that one advantage of doing the giant first is that if you can knock out maybe a boss in there and then you come into the lunar subterranean, you're in perfect position to go ahead and do a swag walk. Whereas now, if one or more of the required bosses are in the giant, Saradin potentially has to leave the moon, go to the giant, fight them there, then come back to the moon, then swag walk all the way down.
Yeah, neither runner has found a pass yet, so Saradin really hoping that his adventures lead him to end up on the moon, and that the giant is not a required stop.
Yeah, and really hoping that the other two of them aren't Baron. Oh, looks like we're getting a harp check. We'll quiet down while Saradin finds Ogopogo.
And again, that was Legend of the Seven Stars from Super Mario RPG. And meanwhile, Saradin is dealing with the snake.
Yeah, he's found himself a soggy snake in the first spot on the moon here in the form of Ogopogo. And that is a required boss. I'm sure he's very happy to see that.
Very much so. Smaepdii resetting out of that spoon.
Yeah.
Not even worth walking it out.
Doesn't need a spoon. Remembers to move his other airship up.
My other airship is a Death Star, is the bumper sticker on that.
Oh, Smaepdii headed underground, headed over to the Fey March, I believe. Probably. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, Fey March.
Nowhere else to go.
No, that's right. Well, just not the package check.
Does have the package check, but knows it's not going to be progression.
Oh.
And the package, the package can't have 3 bosses.
Nope. So there's the legend. I don't think that's going to tempt Saradin back to Earth to forge at all, ever.
No.
No, definitely not. Although he is going to exit and save. Can't blame him on that one, I guess.
Yeah, it also might be a little quicker to exit out and just walk back in rather than walk that.
Yeah, make your way around.
Yeah. Getting lost in the catacombs.
Who would do that?
Saradin probably figures he's enough of a legend already. He doesn't need to forge that legend sword right now.
Nope. It can just sit in his inventory with the Sad Ruby and the Adamant Rock. Gonna continue on down, see if he can find himself another Sparkle. That would put him, let's see, he's on 5 right now. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, just needs a couple more.
Yeah, the sisters Pale Dim and Mylon Z still outstanding. Of those, the sisters in the wrong spot could be, it could still give Saradin's party problems.
Yep. Mylon Z, on the other hand, I don't know if I'd call him outstanding. And we've kind of passed up most of the problematic spots where he could occur. So he's still gonna punch fairly hard, but we've passed the ones where he's just going to absolutely floor anyone he looks at.
Saradin, I bet, really hoping the sisters are at the Crystal Sword altar. Magic power there is a joke.
Yeah, that is where you would love to find them. I have to imagine he'll stop by there on the way down. Does have a convenient no. I spoke it too soon.
Yeah, gonna go to where all the bosses are.
Yep, gonna hit the White Spear, the Ribbon Room, the final altar there at the bottom, which is where I always hope that the Alt Gauntlet is. And so far, I've been denied.
Well, Alt Gauntlet was in a pretty good spot in this seed. I think we'd all agree.
It's at least one that you don't get to see that often. That's what I'll say.
Gonna check the Spear altar.
What do we got? Just like that, Cecil.
Pain.
He can stay there.
Oh boy. If he's holding the Baron key, though.
Oh, that would thematically appropriate and painful. There's Leviathan. There's our other snake.
Yes. Leviathan looks like an S, but 2 boss spot left on the moon.
Like a very archaic S, like one of those big illuminated ones you get in a manuscript from a monastery.
Yes. Like the ones that the monks would draw to start a paragraph that have a little illustration with it.
Yep, it just takes up half the page on its own here. All right, do we have a boss? We have Mylon Z!
Yep, pretty good spot to find Mylon Z at the Ogopogo spot.
Who's so cool, it's really just a backwards S. Hello, Mylon S.
Smaepdii can now swing at ogres.
Smaepdii, I imagine, really hoping he didn't have to fight that Mom Bomb, same as Saradin, and gets an ogre axe for his trouble. Probably completely ogre it at this point.
You would think, knowing Scala Kitty as we do, that our runners would be like, okay, what's the most difficult thing that can happen? That's probably what's going to happen.
Ooh, chat pointing out that this is Carmeleone. Very good. Thank you, chat. I completely missed that because I'm so used to these old names, because I'm an old man.
Well, whatever you call him, he's now smothered.
Yeah, there's the pan.
Still not going to tempt Saradin away, but that's 2 more key item checks for that Baron key. And Baron key could contain what we need. There are 5 spots still unaccounted for.
Yeah, we could potentially have Magus Sisters on the throne and Peldim in the basement throne.
Yep.
Or vice versa. The other one we know is the Baigan spot is not a boss. As we saw at the beginning, the Baigan spot is Valvalis.
Yeah.
Which is
a boss, but not a required boss.
It is a boss. Handing us a Sand Ruby just to start off the super cool S-Club meeting.
Yes, and of course, Valvalis is an honorary member of the super cool S-Club because she is spinning.
Absolutely perfect. All right. I'm sure Saradin crossing his fingers here for Magus Sisters. Let's see what we get. It's the other Carmeleone.
Well, Mylon realized that at the Ogopogo spot he wasn't going to get anywhere all by himself, so enlisted all of his friends to join him. But they're not going to be much help.
No, they just want to have a zombie dance party. They remind me of, if you ever played Monster Party for the NES, they remind me of that room of zombies that just want you to watch them dance. Smaepdii
it's a thriller video in here.
Just smearing that mob bomb all over the floor here and getting that key, or getting that darkness crystal. Smaepdii will be on his way to the moon very shortly.
Yeah.
Or the giant.
Smaepdii does have that package check, but other than that, nothing left to do on this planet.
I cannot imagine that package check is even remotely on his mind, but then I would have said that about Saradin too until he went and did it, so...
Saradin leaving the gas up, which at this spot, they could still one-shot any of the party members, except maybe Young, but the Bahamut takes care of them.
Yeah, that's a risky tactic. Yeah,
I wouldn't want to do it anywhere.
No, the friends don't like it if you take out the DJ and kill their dance party. Gets another Excalibur, because he's got jokes.
That's 3. Plus a crystal sword.
Cecil doesn't even have that many hands.
But what this seed presupposes is, what if he did?
What if he was secretly Gilgamesh? What I know in my heart of hearts is that if you go and forge, it's just going to be another Excalibur.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be very thematically appropriate.
Yeah,
and Saradin is going to head to the giant.
Hooray! We're going to get a peek at that, since he did not manage to turn up a Viren key from the bosses he did kill, desperately hoping that it's not behind that Dark Knight Cecil. Hoping There's 2 bosses up here on the giant that he can spike.
Yeah, Dark Knight.
He just needs 1.
Dark Knight Cecil, if it's got to be anywhere. Plague Spot is not a great place for him because Plague doesn't actually do any physical attack. It's very punchy.
Just the fun side effect of all these spots with bosses who don't punch, where they left them extremely punchy. Who could know that we could come along years later and move bosses into those spots, scale their statistics, and discover that it makes some bosses absolutely lethal.
And it looks like the Giant of Babil is the new meeting spot for the Super Cool S Club because Smaepdii is heading there as well.
I'm okay with that because I'll tell you who the Giant of Babel has always reminded me of. It looks like a gunmetal gray Samus Aran.
Yes.
And as we all know, Samus obviously a member of the Super Cool S Club.
And it's our second choice for the Z Sprite after Sephiroth.
Oh yes, obviously. And maybe Scalamus. Oh.
That's a sparkle that's required.
It has to be Pale Dim.
Yes.
Saradin doesn't even need to check the CPU boss after this. Oh wait, do we have Vanilla Giant on? Yes, he does.
No, Vanilla Giant is not on. You can walk back out.
I wonder which is faster at this point, though. With this level of power, it might just be faster to go through whatever's in front of you.
It might be. It might be, although there could still be a really annoying boss at CPU.
Could be Magus Sisters up there.
Yeah.
Just what everyone wants, really fast Magus Sisters with maximum physical power.
Kainatsu there wouldn't be a cakewalk either.
Yeah, I might throw a save and peek it, but I don't know. At that point, if you're turning around to save, maybe you just turn around and leave too.
Smaepdii will definitely have to check it because he doesn't know about the Mylonzi on the moon or the Ogopogo.
Or the Ogopogo. No, Smaepdii starting here. Potentially we'll only need 1 of those when he gets to the moon if this is, say, Pale Demon to Magus Sisters.
That's true. It is decidedly so.
Do love that these two have been all over the earth and back, trailing each other, hitting up the same things but at different times, and now we have double Pale Dim fights on screen at the same time. Gotta love it. This has turned out to be, for a long race, it's turning out to be a surprisingly close race.
Yes. Both runners demonstrating a considerable amount of skill, and both runners realizing that their squishy party needed levels, so did their grinds fairly early on when they could, and were able to blast through the rest of the seed. And Smaepdii, by bypassing the moon so far, able to potentially short circuit a check or 2. We'll see.
Also potentially hoping to just avoid some animation time of the whale leaving and re-entering the blue planet, I imagine.
Yeah, once again, no pass.
No, but if he can spike a boss, this boss here, and then 2 on the moon, he can just continue his way down.
Yeah, that Mylonzi in a very favorable spot. And Pale Dim, we'll see if those nukes give Pale Dim a tan. Because Pale Dim ate a lot of them.
Oh no, he's crumbled.
Yeah. I mean, I do the same thing when I'm exposed to sunlight.
There. And there we go. Saradin at 55 receives his crystal. Saradin is now ready to go fight Zeromus.
Yeah, Saradin has the levels. No reason to stop anywhere, I don't think. Doesn't need any items or anything. And Saradin is going to warp on out of the giant.
Yep, we're going to see, I think, just a quick trip back to the moon, followed by a swag walk down to the bottom. Saradin, no doubt, trying to rush as hard as he can now, because at almost 2 hours, when you finally clear that last objective, you've got to be feeling, you know your opponent had to do the same seed, but who knows what order they made these last few checks in.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know about you, Stoppable. I always feel behind when I'm running one of these seeds. So when I'm in go mode, it's kind of a little panic moment for me. Like, oh, my opponent probably got this 15 minutes ago. But
oh yeah, that last swag walk down the moon, which by the way, swag, another member of the Cool S Club's favorite activities, swag walking down the lunar subterranean. My walks down the lunar subterranean are less swag and more of like a 3-minute long panic attack. But then you get to Zeromus at the bottom, and we all know Zeromus. We love him. We fight him.
And then you have a reason to panic.
Yeah, because big bangs, meteos, combo platters, love it. All right, let's see if Smaepdii decides to go on and check who's in the CPU.
I think he has to. I don't think he has a choice.
That's true. At only 5 bosses, he has to hope for something.
And Smaepdii making sure Nuke is in the A1 position.
Yep, it's a good spell.
Keep your friends close. Keep your friends close, and your most powerful spells closer. That's what I always say.
It's true. I can count on all my hands all the times I've heard you say that. Just Dark Imps in the CPU spot.
And not going to fight his way through that. Doesn't need the experience. Quicker to walk back out.
Yep. Isn't warping though. Going to run. A small time loss there.
Saradin making the long walk down. And it's on occasions like this walk where I realize just how badly the moon needs an interior decorator.
Yeah, it's just all, I get that it's a crystal palace, but do we really need to go crystals all the way down?
I mean, even just a couple of plants would really, break things up.
Oh look, Scala Kitty has an S flag for us in the chat.
Oh, how about that?
That's neat. Oh, the swag flag. I really will call it.
What is S but a backward Z?
Exactly. And what is Z but the final boss of this game, who we can't move around because, oh man, can you imagine that second spot in Baron Inn just having Zeromus with his giant pile of hit points winding up to just give you a big bang right there? Not cool. So we leave him here at the end of the game. And we do something else to him, which causes us to have a little question we like to ask at times like these. Sheepwatcher, would you like to do the honors?
Who are we going to kick the S out of today?
What cosplay does he have today? And does it have a hat? Does it have a butt? Is it cute? Is Scala going to get her wish, and this will turn out to be Sephiroth?
There are 600 almost Z sprites, and this could be any one of them. We'll see if Zeromus is playing along.
He could be. There are probably a lot of options that have an S in the name, I'm sure. Obviously, we know the one our club president's pulling for, but there are just so many, and they're all so good looking.
Yeah, they are really terrific. Whoever it is, it's going to be great, but really it'd be perfect if it were an S.
If it's Sephiroth, though, this seed starts to look a little sus.
Yeah, we'd be very suspicious, and I think with justification.
All right, Crystal is thrown. Zeromus just showing his true colors, and it is... I don't know what that is.
No.
Okay, the voice of God tells me it's Neku here from Tactics Advanced 2. I apparently didn't play enough Tactics Advanced 2.
No. I'm wondering, is Nekahia trying to make an S symbol and just not succeeding?
Maybe? I can't really fathom what I'm looking at, if I'm being honest. It kind of looks like a thing with bricks for hands and a head, and it's like flexing at us.
Yeah. Yeah, well, definitely playing along when we were doing Arm Day before.
Yes, definitely, but unfortunately, Zemus, not playing along with the joke, does not enjoy skits or improv comedy, so Zemus has to go.
Does enjoy that Silk Web. Saradin did go down to Battle Speed 3, and Saradin doesn't have a traditional like Flortella anchor. Has Porum in the center slot.
Yeah, it's interesting. Slow, but not the traditional anchoring situation you see, but maybe feels confident enough in his party's power overwhelming that he doesn't really need that.
Yeah, well, that Porum did take the nuke, so Porum won't be able to chip in with White Cass here.
Yeah,
full reflect strategy. Yang is there.
Yeah, Yang is here too. Yeah, I mean, Yang's not helping out. He could potentially pick that Porum up with a life if he really wanted to, or he could just defend the whole time. Hey, there we go. Didn't even see it get queued up.
Yeah, that life, very useful. That would allow an actual spell to get cast.
Thank you, Yang. Thank you for being here with your big beefy health pool.
It takes a lot of beef to throw life potions.
It does. That's why Yang and Sid are the best at it at the end game.
Yes.
These nukes and whites are coming out hot and heavy. I cannot imagine the Zeromus. I obviously have not been counting, but I cannot imagine Zeromus has long to live at this point.
No. Zeromus's days are numbers, and in fact,
that number
has been called. Saradin wins.
What looks like an official time of 2 hours, 3 minutes, and 6 seconds.
We'll advance to play Dubword 47 in the Sapphire Moon Waning bracket. And we are joined by Saradin. GG's.
Thanks. That was an interesting seed there.
Yeah, tell us a little more about your thoughts about just that seed in general.
I felt pretty behind almost all the way through that. I took those couple of wipes in the Eblin Castle, which set me back a bit. And then the Demus fight at Ruby just took forever with that party. So it just felt like I was playing from behind at that point. And then going down to the Fey March, skipping out on the bosses there, and then having to come back for them later because of that required Mom Bomb was also pretty irritating.
Yeah, what did you think of that hook route with this party very squishy to have karate into Demus? There aren't too many more challenging combinations.
Yeah, that was real rough. After wiping on it the first couple of times, it's like, okay, I need a little more experience here, so let's go take the Mad Ogre chest and see if that gets me it, and then it's just barely squeaked through it the next time. So that was pretty rough.
Yeah, I believe that Leviathan went off just in time to save you.
And Rydia really pulled her weight through the through the early and middle games there.
Oh, absolutely. I was very happy to see Bahamut out of the pink tail turn in. I figured that was going to be super useful.
And a free Leviathan summon just to hang out in Baron.
Yeah, that was nice too. It was just like, oh, let's randomly check this bot. Oh, it's Leviathan. Great.
And so there was a Tella in this seed, but the Darkness Crystal didn't come along till late. But you committed to a Siren grind pretty early.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did check Baron Inn and Fabul before trying to do the hook route. If Darkness had turned up in either of those places, I was planning on dumping Yang for Tella and going to do a D-Machine grind, but it didn't. So then it was just like, okay, we're getting through this. We need experience now. Find Sirens and do things that way. D-Money was on the table if Darkness showed up earlier, but it didn't.
Well, given that this was the super cool S Club seed, would you consider it a special seed?
Yes, I would call it a smashing success.
And obviously Sirens being the preferred grind method there. Starting with an S, of course.
That was a really fortunate check you made of the Luca Cave to have that all gauntlet there, even though the Seal Cave wasn't strictly required.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I figured I'm down there. I have the key. I might as well peek this boss, and then if either way, I just don't have to come back underground unless I need the pan.
Yeah, at that point, I guess you had kind of cleared everything out except the pan check, and the odds of that Lady Grid required boss were pretty low.
Yeah.
Was very happy to see you give us the package check even on your way through there.
I mean, the hope was that I would go up to the moon and just do everything required up there and not need to come back to Earth at all. And if that's the case, then I don't want to skip out on any boss that might be at package.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on the package check on these flags generally? It seems enticing.
I mean, it kind of is. I have definitely had a couple of practice seeds where that paid off. I think it's usually worth it just to take a couple of minutes to see if anything's there. Especially in this case where it's like, I'm going to have to go to the moon. I don't have a pass. And missing out on a boss there just is so much time wasted.
Yeah, and I have to imagine the only thing that would feel worse than going to the moon, discovering you had to come back to the Earth, is discovering that it was packaged that you had to come back for.
Yep.
There's Magma Key hiding in the ribbon room. We could have got underground then.
I did want to commend you for your play throughout, but especially on that demist fight. I know it seemed like it took a long time, but it took a lot of concentration to get through that, to keep everything up. It seemed like a very fine-tuned fight. So was that kind of one of the tougher fights you've had?
Probably in this seed. After that, it was mostly doing some easy checks to try and get to Tenki items, and then do the Siren grind. And after that, it's just kind of academic. Like I have nuke on 2 people and white on 2 people. This is not going to be that hard at that point.
Yeah, and even that gross mom bomb in the Ashura spot went squish to nukes and whites. Well, you move on to face Dubward 47 in the Blue Moon Waning bracket. You definitely showed off some skill today. How are you feeling about your game and about your matchup?
Feeling pretty good. I like how I'm generally doing routing in this. I do need to be a little more careful in Evelyn. I have lost time there in both my matches so far, but feeling pretty good overall.
Well, Stoppable, do you have any other questions for our Super S Club Supreme champion today?
I do not. I just want to say GG on a well-run race.
Thanks to the Restream team for putting on the show.
Yeah, and thanks for playing along with all of your S-named characters. It was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little sad that Kane didn't show up. That was my favorite one of the names.
I did like that one.
Yeah, too bad Trader doesn't start with an S.
Mm-hmm.
But sus, yeah. All right, well, GG's, and best of luck the rest of the tournament.
Thanks.
Smaepdii gets his crystal.
Yep, took out that Ogopogo, walked back out to save, and then just walked straight down here, checked the bosses on the way, and then just smashed that Mylon where he was standing. And I have to imagine he's just gonna... He's seeing right now, do I feel confident heading on down, or do I need to save?
Yeah, on battle speed 4, gives Rydia an apple. But we know there's not a doctor down here, so will not keep Zeromus away. Does fortify her a little bit, but is going to swag.
Love it. Thank you, Smaepdii.
Yes. We'd love it either the swag or the swag stroll or the safety save here in the Super Cool S Club, but you know, you have a lot of power on your party. You know your reflex strats. No reason to take all those steps back.
Probably the most interesting decision on this for me, for both of our runners, was that Artemis bow never got equipped by either runner, as far as I know.
That's true.
Chose to keep the Rosa at full healing capacity for the entire seed on both sides.
Yeah, Rosa was definitely Nurse Rosa here today, valued for her healing abilities.
So, as Smaepdii heads into this fight against Zemus, I'll just note that we have a lot more free enterprise coming up today. Today, like yesterday, is a loaded schedule of Zemus Zone 5 matches. Oh, I lost my schedule. There it is. We have at 3 p.m., just 3 p.m. Eastern, so about 40 minutes from now, we have Softnum versus Ivy Karma on Free Enterprise 2. At 4 p.m. Eastern, Warlink versus Flossie Fern on Free Enterprise 3. Back here on the original at 7 p.m. Eastern for Lord Bobbery versus Flurry 14 in a Red Moon Waning match. And then rounding out our night tonight, Cecil 2 versus Guerin in a Blue Moon Waning match at 9 p.m. Eastern on Free Enterprise 2.
A packed day on the Free Enterprise family of networks, and we're glad to have you along with us.
Yep, and if you like watching Free Enterprise matches back to back to back to back to back, this is the time for you.
All hail tournament season. And our tracker Darth Plagal pointing out that the Baron key was at the second Sheila check, so the Pan turn-in would have been required to get the Baron key. The Maggot Sisters would have been in there somewhere.
Oof. Alrighty, Smaepdii lining up with a strategy that looks pretty similar. We've got 3 really strong casters, and Yang is here.
And Yang is going to be the sounding board, I suppose.
He's really just gonna let him bounce things off of him.
Yep.
It's alright, he can take it with his 5,399 HP health pool. The fact you won't be able to heal him except with items, not a big deal.
No. And Z being fairly nice as well. The nuke went at the person you really want the nuke to be directed at, which is that floor monitor Tella.
Yep, Tella enjoying a nice up-close and personal look at the Void. Really giving more of a Smaepdii's team more of a traditional agility anchoring situation. Smaepdii, I'm sure, playing it safe a little bit because he did not save, obviously, before Swag Walk, otherwise it wouldn't be a Swag Walk.
But with this reflex strats and with this battle speed and with this anchoring, we might not see another big bang here.
Probably not, and that's probably exactly how Smaepdii would prefer to see it. And I mean, really, that's the whole point of these reflex strats is you don't need to see the big bangs because you just prevent Zemus from refilling his HP halfway through.
Yeah, the best way to short circuit Zemus is just to not let him do anything.
If all he gets to do is throw out a big bang and then look at you menacingly and maybe shake once, that's all right.
Yeah, we'll deal with that. The wall on Yang holding firm.
Yep, luckily as a Star Veil, it will last longer than a traditional wall. Z getting a shake though.
Yeah.
Let's see these next few kicks to it. We might get a big bang and that could get menacing.
Yeah, that
really
Rydia.
Sit there.
Yeah, that Rydia will not survive an unnerfed Big Bang, and Rosa and Palom would be on the border.
Yeah, I would definitely be worried about that Rosa right now. But luckily, we don't have to be because Romus goes down to that final white spell from Rosa. Just
Yep. That's all academics. Smaepdii coming in second place with a time of 2 hours, 16 minutes, 14 seconds.
And that noise in my headphones tells me we have been joined by Smaepdii. GG Smaepdii.
Hey, y'all like S words? I got an S word for that seed.
Smaepdii, please, this is a family-friendly stream.
All right. I got 2 S words for that seed. Scala Kitty special.
Yes.
That it was. Want to elaborate a little bit on your thoughts on that seed?
It's you practice so much, and every seed just like gives you power character after power character after power character, and you're like, okay, that's what this flag set's about. And then you just get all these mages, and you got to struggle to put together something in the beginning, which I absolutely struggled to do.
Sorry, go ahead.
That hook route was one of the more challenging to deal with for that party.
Yeah, I didn't look at the timer because I was afraid of how long that Demist fight took, but it was just like, get a Leviathan, get a Quake, and wait.
Yeah, we have to commend we commend your opponent. We'll commend you as well for both of you having the focus to make it through that Demist fight. Get your timings right, keep your blinks up at all times. It's a lot more focused than people think it is to just make sure you do that right, and you did a fantastic job on it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's just because it's a particularly fast spot too for Demist, so like they're getting like 2 punches in before you can get a blink up. So redundant blinks are the name of the game there.
So what were you thinking after you got underground with no bosses completed, with a really squishy party? What was your mindset at that point?
I wanted Sirens as soon as possible and got extremely terrified when they weren't in Dwarf or Tamra, because I was thinking, oh, the way this seed is going, there's no Sirens in this seed. But thankfully they were at the Fey March, so then I was like, all right, I'm hitting eggs immediately. I know this is going to take a while. This is probably going to put me back overall time wise, but I need this team to be powerful now.
Yeah, there was really no other option for it at this point. It was, you keep resurrecting your squishy party, or else you just give them power overwhelming and hope they can roll over the rest of the seed.
Yeah, and generally I like to try to put off the grind as much as possible. Get the 10 key items, get the double experience. Just try to get some more bosses in while I can do it. But I just did not feel confident in fighting anything with the team as it was.
Well, your S tier team was.
We'll call it that.
Hey, you had 3 powerful mages, Atella, Anchor, and also Yang was here.
Yeah, I mean, at least I knew from the get-go, okay, well, this is a Reflect Strat party, so, like, there was never any doubt about how I was going to fight Zeromus. It was just everything in between there, and, just kind of looking for that Darkness Crystal, and then Zot was a Zonk, and then the Harp checks a Zonk, and you're like, oh, God. There was not a single point in that seed where I felt like I wasn't behind.
What did you think about the seed's decision to have Darkness Crystal behind that ugly Mom Bomb?
I mean, it figures. It just fit with the overall theme of what that seed was giving so far.
Luckily, by that point, she didn't seem to give you too much of a problem with your mages ready to roll.
Yeah, honestly, at that point, it was a little bit of a blessing since, triggers the 9,000 HP at like what, about 60%. So it was almost quicker than if it was a real boss.
Well, this is your second loss of the tournament, and that means the tournament ends for you as a player. What are you going to take away from your experience playing and from these flags?
Just how much fun it was. This was I haven't been able to compete in a tournament for a while just because of a lot of personal reasons, but so this was the first time I was able to really get back in since, gosh, I want to say Lolly Ho League and actually compete in a tournament. So it was a lot of de-rusting, and honestly didn't expect to get terribly far. The floor, the skill floor for the free enterprise community has just raised so much since I started playing back in 2018, and it's really incredible just how many talented runners are in here, and just how many high level runners we have willing to put in the time and effort to reach out and help newer runners play. So it's just really getting in here and just seeing the level of skill on display is just it's so encouraging. I love this randomizer like with all my heart. I love this community with all my heart, and I'm just really looking forward to doubling down on volunteering, getting some restreams and commentary, tracking all that out so that we can get as many of these races broadcast as possible, because everyone in this tournament deserves to be seen, and I really want to showcase everyone. So thank you while I'm at it for the Restream team for all your behind the scenes work here. For you two on commentary, Scala, Kitty behind the scenes, and Darth Plague behind the scenes as well. Thank you so much to all of you.
Thank you, Smaepdii. Second in this race, but second to none in our hearts and in the super cool.
You lie so well. Thank you. You're so good at it.
No lying in the super cool S Club.
Okay.
We do have to. I do have to thank both of you for putting on a fantastic race today, because without we do a lot of work here behind the scenes, but without our racers, there would literally be no race to watch. So thank you again for the show you did today.
Anytime. Y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend, and have a good one, everybody.
You too.
All right, well, we have a packed day, as Stoppable Force said. So once again, at 3 p.m. Eastern, that is less than half an hour away. On Free Enterprise 2, Softnum versus IV Karma, and we'll definitely see you over there. On Free Enterprise 3, Warlake 05 versus Flossie Fern. At Free Enterprise Prime, the channel you're on right now, we have Lord Bob Bree versus Flurry 14, and
that's 7 p.m. Eastern.
7 p.m. Eastern. Did I say that?
No, just the channel and who was racing.
You know,
it's a mystery. Just keep it here all day. You'll
just leave this channel on, and eventually they'll show up. But more precisely, they'll show up at 7 p.m. Eastern. And then at 9 p.m. Eastern on Free Enterprise 2, Cecil 2 versus Garen. It's another hugely packed day. We also got more races tomorrow. Those have not been assigned yet, but keep it on the Discord. And as soon as those races are assigned, they'll be posted there. There are also Khadgar matches today, I'm assuming. Yes.
Oh yeah, there are several, and the best way to find a pre-generated link for those is to join us on our Discord. There'll be a link for that in the chat in a second, I'm sure. And on top of just finding links to races, finding events that you can join in on, Club Season will probably be spinning back up once Seamus Zone starts moving towards its end. You'll find friendly people who want to help you learn to play, whether you want to race or you just want to, you played Final Fantasy IV as a kid and you want to see what this cool open world randomizer is about. We are here for all levels of play, friendly, open, inclusive community. Alrighty, unfortunately, it appears that no one is racing right this second for us to raid over to, so we're just going to call it here for the day.
Yeah, we'll wrap things up or wind things down.
Yep, we'll bring it to a close. I don't have any S words anymore. I'm out. I'm done.
We're all lessed out. We're all lessed out. Well, we are so glad that you joined us for the Super Cool X Club. Do want to thank one more time our restreamer Scala Kitty, our tracker Darth Plagle, and Stoppable Force. It was a delight to be here with you this morning.
Yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure, Sheep Launcher, and I hope that everyone has a great rest of their weekend.
Yep, so long.